So one of my favorite tricks that I like to do with Google Sites is to take something like a Google slideshow or something that you'd like to update every day without having to press publish on the site, and to do what's called embed it in a certain spot. So right here, I have a kind of a blank spot where I've got a slideshow right here that I want to put in here. So what you can do, you go kind of over here to the left, to the right, you click insert from Drive. And then what it's going to do is it's going to pull up your Google Drive and kind of slide over here. And to get to the thing that you had most recently open, which is this slideshow, you press the recent button. And then it'll go ahead and you'll see it right there. Move my face out of the way there and press insert. And then it's going to go ahead and it's going to put it on your site. But I want to move this kind of where it's up in that spot there. You might have some of these black bars that appear on the top or the bottom. You know, if you're picky about it, you can kind of condense it a little bit and drop it to try to get rid of those as much as possible. But, you know, you can kind of play with that a little bit on your own. But here's the thing. Once this is on there, you know, if you just have a slideshow that's, say, shared between your team, nobody's going to be able to view it unless you change the sharing settings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to the top right-hand corner where that share button is and click that. And, you know, for most teams, this is shared between, you know, the 3 or 4 other members on your team. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this button right here that says Get Shareable Link. And when I press that, it's set where anyone at Fayette County Public Schools with a link can view. In other words, if they're logged in to their school email address, they'll be able to see it. But if you think about it, most parents, they don't have a Fayette County school email address. So if they're trying to pull it up at work, there's a pretty good chance that they won't be able to view your slideshow, and they'll get a little error message, and then they'll be like, well, this teacher clearly doesn't know what they're talking about, yada, 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 all spirals downhill. So what you want to do is you want to click here, then jump down to where it says more, and then you want to make it where it's one of these 2 options. Now, this one says on public on the web. That means that, you know, your slideshow will appear eventually in Google search results, but you might want that one. I usually click this one. That's just anyone with a link can view. Do not change this to anyone with a link can edit. That'll make it where anybody can go in and put anything they want on there. But then you press save, and then you can press done. And now if anybody were to pull up your published site once we launch these in a few weeks, this slideshow that you put together will appear.